What's up, guys? Welcome back to Mr. Tech Boss. In this video, I'm gonna tell you, should you go for a Mac, an Apple Mac, or a Windows machine? So without any further ado, let's jump right in.
Bullseye.
Okay, so guys, let me start by telling you what each is better for usage. So mostly Macs are like they're in Mac OS. They're mostly used by people who are designers and who like design, and the other people like many other people use it as well, and many of them actually are filmmakers. It's really great for video editing, it's better for rendering. In most cases it renders faster than Windows, which is really frustrating when you're at 12 a.m. and you're waiting for it to render, right? If you are a YouTuber, that's what you might think. So when Windows, on the other hand, they're more open and you can do a lot more on them. So, and Apple Macs, as you may know, are only made by Apple company itself, and while Windows are made by different companies. For example, HP, Dell, Lenovo, blah blah blah, Samsung, and what else? So yeah, if you want to go for Mac, you might consider thinking you have enough budget, because if you want to buy a decent Mac, you will need a good money, even if you're just using it for video editing or simple. You should there are three types of course you may know there are many different types of Macs. I forgot to mention that many people install Hackintosh on their PCs, so if you want to do that, you can do that. Make sure your PC is compatible before it's going to install Apple operating system on your Windows machine. So it's not simultaneously, but you can boot it up with that Mac image. So yeah, so if you want to go for a Mac, you can get MacBook or MacBook Air or MacBook Pro or iMac Pro, the latest one, or Mac Pro, and that's it. There are many options, but if you want to buy the best one, hands down, go for the latest iMac Pro. It's gonna cost you a lot of money, but it's worth it. Actually, it's not worth it. It looks really stylish. Macs are made for fantastic looks and stylish and a good battery life and blah blah blah. But Windows are made for gaming, heavy usage, multitasking. Even though Macs are better, I think. Even though I have used a Mac before, but I personally never had a Mac myself. So I don't have that much detail about Mac. As you can see, I just have a Windows PC lying around right here. Oh, oops. Oops. Sorry guys, I just paused the video accidentally, cut the video accidentally, because of I think it's right, isn't it? So yeah, let me just keep this here. So as I was just talking about Macs, as you can see, it just came off when the camera was about to fall down. It's not technically a camera, it's a phone, S4 Mini, but it does a job at taking a video. So let's continue. The iMac, Macs are mostly for video making and programming, and Windows are way better for gaming and other stuff. Even though you can connect your Macs to an external GPU, which is not often a great which often does not offer a great portability, and it does drain a lot of battery. Often you need a separate power supply for it. Of course you do, because you're running a full graphics card like GTX 1060, because 1060 is the latest one supported. You can do that. So you can game, but of course you should go for gaming, like PC if you're gaming. But if you're like me, who likes design and who just wants to feel cooler and who likes the way the Mac looks and the logo and blah blah blah, you should go for a Mac, which it's gonna offer you really great for example, you can buy the MacBook Pro with a touch bar. It may not be of great use to you, but it may be useful as well. Like the latest one is this one, like right here. Again, this should not fall, hopefully, because now I'm just, as you can see right here, I have opened this Apple website. As you can see, the Mac, it looks really cool, and again, Macs look really cool, and I want them. But if you want to go for a PC, you should consider that you're not gonna get a great battery life when compared to a Mac. Yeah, one great thing, like in most Mac, like every Mac you can install Windows on it. While on a PC, like a laptop or many computers, you will not be able to install Hackintosh or Mac OS X, just because of their not compatibility issues. Because if you have a Mac, you just need to search for Boot Camp Assistant, and boom, voila, you can just insert a downloaded image of a USB drive which has Windows installed, and boom, you'll be able to install Windows. So if you're buying a Mac, you can experience both Windows and PC. I mean, Windows and Mac OS if you're buying a Mac. But if you go for Windows, you'll definitely not be able to. Chances are you'll not be able to access, you'll not be able to run Mac OS on it. So yeah, it definitely truly depends on what you're using a machine for. Is there anything else to say? Yeah, as I just mentioned earlier, like Macs have really cool touchpads. You can do a lot more with, but not just drawing, a lot more and a lot more. Even though they're big, you may think that it'll interfere like when you're typing. It does not. It does really great at avoiding wrong clicks and those stuff. So yeah, I think you liked my video. Please don't forget to sorry guys, I forgot to give a few examples of these windows. If you wanna go for Windows, there are many options, but the best ones are like the Lenovo. Where did it go? I can't remember all this. Let me just go here. So yeah, the first one is the Lenovo IdeaPad 320S. It's for $400. It's a really great tab. It offers you a lot of options, and you can do a lot of and there are many other. I'm going to list them. I'm going to tell you them. But if you're going to go over Mac, you have to keep that in mind, that there's not much of an upgradability, because it's definitely not gonna. It's not easy. Like many parts are just soldered on. But in many cases, you can increase the RAM, but a hard disk, no. That's no. But in iMac Pro, I think you can, but let me not go into that much detail. So yeah, if you're going to buy a Mac, you have to beware. You have to give a lot of money. You have to pay a lot more, even though they're not worth what you pay. They just look cool, so many people buy them. And yeah, there's a big myth about Macs that they don't get viruses, and that's totally wrong. It just used to be before, because less people used to buy Macs and less viruses were made for Macs. Like for the hackers and all those people who hate other people. But now there are viruses, but of course you can get an anti-software, antivirus program on your Mac as well, and you will be good to go. So don't worry, you might have a virus, but definitely there are a lot more. There are many options you can do, many things you can do. So yeah, let's continue. You can buy a Chromebook which has a Chrome OS, but I don't think many people need it. You can buy the Microsoft Surface Book. It's a laptop for $959. It's 1.25 kg and has a ton of cool features. Check it out in the list of description below. For Macs, you can just go to the Apple website and there'll be a ton of options. Just search for Mac Apple on Google, and you'll have a ton of you will be presented by a clean website, a really clean and awesome website. So I hope you like my video. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. This is Fozal from Mr. Tech Boss, and I'm signing off.